Mandatory minicamp is officially kicked off, y'all. And the people are talking, including the head coach and some of those top players. Y'all want to talk about it? Keep it locked. Welcome back, everybody, to an all new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy John J. And with me, once again, is my dog, D Snow from the GO. What's going on, cuzzo?
Man, today one of those. Can you stand the rain? Hey man, it is exciting, man. We finally you know what I'm saying. We man, pads is coming out soon, bro. We finally gonna get to see some
We're
hit
getting
stick.
there.
Yeah, man, we getting
Almost.
real close, man. We getting real close. It's June, bro. It's
Yeah.
June. It's crazy. This year is halfway over. The year's flying by. The only reason why I don't mind is because I miss football. So hey, how you doing though?
I'm good, man. I'm always loving when the Bears are the topic. You did.
Yes, sir.
Um, but ladies and gentlemen, of course, the official mandatory mini camps kicked off today, and we got everybody in attendance. For the new system, new offense, new defense, new everything. Um, but the vets, the youngsters, everybody showed up, ladies and gentlemen, and we had a lot of guys stepped up to the podium today. A lot, so we heard quite a bit. D Snow, and first thing I want to start off with was the head coach, Ben Johnson.
Mhm.
He was the first one to hit the podium, so that's the first one we're gonna tackle. And one of the first things they talked about was the battle for left tackle, for starting left tackle. As you know, Braxton Jones is still hurt. So right now there's a battle between Ozzie Trapillo, the second round draft pick, and last year's third rounder, Kieran Amagaje. Um, but they've been going back and forth with those first team reps at left tackle D Snow, and the people are wanting to see Ozzie Trapillo out there, including myself, D Snow. And Ben Johnson mentioned that the number one thing that they're looking for the job is to pass protect first. The running game will come later. Um, but they plan to find the most consistent one in pass protection, and they got to spend more time together as a unit. But right now, we're seeing a constant back and forth between the two. But just off the left tackle battle so far, D Snow, what's your thoughts on that? How you feeling? And who you seeing as the leader of the clubhouse?
I mean, right now it's Ozzy. Hey, it's crazy because not only is Ben steady praising this kid, but even the reporters kind of see what's going on. They're starting to ask questions like, "Hey, what does Ozzy got to do to lose the job?" Like they're asking questions like that. Hey, when they ask questions like that, a guy's almost interested to that position. But I love the way Ben wouldn't just all out give him the job because hey, my job is to continue to make sure who's going to be the best guy for the position, and we're not in pads yet, like he said. We're not ready to play football yet. But the fact that we are, going in that direction, it's exciting to see that
Yeah,
this young kid could come out the block and take that position. Um, it seems like he's doing all the right things, saying all the right things. And the biggest thing I took out of that is we are trying to protect Caleb. What the first thing he says, we got to
absolutely.
pass protect. So
Pass
so
protection, number
basically what
one.
he's saying in layman terms is we got to protect Caleb. That was his big thing. We got to make sure our quarterback is clean, standing up, not getting hit like he did
Hmm.
last year. Like
Keep
coach said,
18 shiny.
yeah, man. I mean, like Coach said, right now we're carrying, probably anywhere between 9 to 10 linemen right now, and that's what he
Yeah,
expects to be able to use over the season. So we know that hey, we might have a starting five, but it doesn't always stay that way. It could always switch up here and there, during the season. But yeah, man, I'm loving that, man. If Ozzy can come in and take that position, and the next guy behind him is a vet, hey, you can't do nothing but be happy with that at that position, showing that we are stronger now and that we can handle if an injury does come. Knock on wood, we don't want any of that. But I'm loving it. And hey, Ben Johnson, if we did a side by side, I'm starting to see a little bit of Dan Campbell in him, bro. Hey, the shirts, the hats, the way he stands at the podium with his hands.
I
Hey,
mean,
only thing,
I'm sure that's a huge influence coming from his
yeah.
system being there for a
I
few
just
years.
I just need him to say that we gonna start biting off ankles and knees. But I'm hoping that we are going to get Dan 2.0 out of this guy. I want a gambler, a guy that's not afraid to go for it, a guy that's going to say how he feels, and a guy that's creating the culture. And yeah, man, looks like Ozzy has that. And if that's his position, hey, good for the kid, man, because we know it's not easy to be a rookie and win out over those other guys. So he must be doing some great things.
No doubt, no doubt. Couldn't have said it better myself, my brother. But so moving forward, he talked about Cole Komet,
Yeah.
and he gave his thoughts on Cole. And one of the he gave high praise for Cole Komet. He said he was a high intelligence. He had a high intelligence factor. He takes work seriously. Has a lot of positive energy. He's a great teammate. Other players have an instant respect level for him. He's as he's learning the offense, he's also helping others during the process.
Awesome.
Um, so, just what are your thoughts on his reaction to his praise for Cole Komet? Do you think that kind of cools some of the noise about Cole Komet being on the way out, possibly?
Hey, hey, what did I say? I don't know if that was last episode, episode before that. I'm like, it makes me feel like being pulled cold to the side. Like, hey, look, I'm gonna rib you a little bit. I'm gonna really dig into you, but then I'm gonna praise you up next week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
because it was crazy how the way they ripped into it, they made that such a big thing, and then this time, I mean, he glowed when he talked about Cole Kmet. Cole
he
Kmet.
really
I did
did.
not know that. I did not know that Cole Kmet was the longest tenured Bear. That's crazy.
Yeah,
When
he
he
was
said
drafted
that,
by the old regime. Yeah,
I mean, and he's a Chi-Town kid. And he said that the other guys look up to him and they listen to him when he's in the room. Like, it shows you that Cole is one of his leaders. So I think I might have
yeah,
called that on the button. I think him and Cole had a conversation like, look, I'm gonna rip you, but it's for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get those other guys to buy in. If they all following Cole, if he rips Cole, they wow, dang, he ripped, bruh. So what
yeah,
that's gonna
for real.
do is anybody under Cole is like, man, if he ripped Cole, oh, I really don't want no smoke.
Everybody
I
can get it.
love it. I love it. It's a mind game thing, but in football, you got to have control of that room. These are grown men that don't listen to everybody, so you got to be able to command that room as a new coach. But I love the way he glowed over Cole. He said nothing but great things. You saw the smile on his face. You could tell that kid is going to be a part of the offense. He's going to have a lot to do with what we got going on. And shout out to Cole Kmet, man, because he's been nothing but a professional through the good and the bad. You haven't heard anything. There's no Twitter. There's no, I'm gonna just tweet this real quick. I love where we're going, man. We got an old school team that's keeping it close to the chest. That's all about togetherness.
Yeah, no doubt. And we did hear from Cole Komet too, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, just the glowing praise that he gave Cole Komet, you could tell that he sees him. He respects Cole Komet a lot. And like you
Oh yeah,
said,
oh
if
yeah,
if 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 the oldest tenured guy can get it, anybody can get it.
that's right.
Um, Ben Johnson also mentioned that the sound of the huddle is starting to get better when he's calling plays. He's a stickler for the process, the details. Got to call it right, got to sound strong and effective with that, and he's liking how that's sounding better. But then he was also asked about his history with DeAndre Swift and his expectations of him now, and he mentioned that Swift is a fierce competitor, and he's trying to instill some more fundamentals with everybody right now, but more specifically with Swift is his pass blocking, something that he hasn't been asked to do as much. Um, but how you feeling about his comments towards DeAndre Swift and his potential for this offense?
Hey, hey, we all know that DeAndre Swift is going to be an important part of this offense. Yes, we would love to bring in another vet to go with him to give us a little bit of that, smash and fast type of thing. I like that, smash and fast. Yeah, I like that. But hey, uh, okay, at the end of the season, going the second half of the season, Swift really started to look better. I mean, he does have some great feet. He's a speedy guy. He's got pedigree. I think he's going to do a lot for this offense. And we both know blocking matters. We talked about that with the wide receivers, and that matters with the running backs. It's running backs that don't get in the game because they can't block. You got to be able to protect that quarterback. That's the most important thing going into the future is protecting our asset. But yeah, man. Right now he's the leader of the pack. I mean, he got some guys behind him. Roshan Smith looked pretty good last year. We both like Kyle. We think he might have a chance, to do something in the season. But he is our
Roshan
number one
Johnson.
bell cow right now. Yeah, that's our number
Yeah.
one bell cow. So we need to coach him up. If we don't bring another guy in, we need to have that confidence in him to be able to tote that ball 20 plus times and go get us 100 yards. So I'm loving it. I love, man. Coach doesn't hold anything back. However he feels, you're gonna know it about a player. You can see it in his face and his reactions. I mean, even when we talked about DJ Moore, which I know we'll get into in a second, because they asked a couple of questions about DJ, and I was like, yeah, coach don't care what he say. He gonna say whatever he think on his mind. He ain't gonna try to sugarcoat it, none of that. And I love that, man. We got a coach that's gonna be real with us. I think he really did bring some of that Dan Campbell with him.
Yeah. And you mentioned DJ Moore. That's actually next up, so we can get into that now. But he was asked about why he took a step back, and of course, he wasn't there, so he doesn't know
Yeah,
why
he's
he
like,
took a step back. It's
he
kind of a
say,
dumb question,
I don't know. Like, what you do? You think
but
I'm his fairy godmother?
right. But what thing he noted was he knows that DJ is extremely motivated to be a complete
Yes,
receiver,
sir.
and
Yes, sir.
uh, he's been moving the guys around right now, trying them at all different spots.
Yeah.
So they'll master the specifics later on in the camp, seeing who can do.
Yeah.
But right now they're just trying to see who can do what. So they playing some slots, some X, Y, all and everything.
Hmm.
But what are your thoughts on his comments towards DJ
Hey,
Moore?
hey, another guy. What did he bring up again? Blocking. We working on his blocking techniques. We working on this.
That's his
Hey,
thing.
hey, you can tell, man. Coach has a plan, and if it's a thing he's stickling on, you're gonna hear it constantly. He gonna beat that into our brains, their brains. It's like
Hmm.
he's working on their subconscious mind. Why he's working on them on the field because he just keeps talking about blocking because he knows we got to protect that quarterback. As long as we protect 18, oh, we're gonna do some things this year. We gonna look good. We gonna go to the playoffs. That kid's gonna have a career year. We gotta protect him and make him look good. But yeah, man. Another guy that he didn't say anything bad about. Yeah, he glowed over him a little bit. You notice he tried to make his vest look good. And I think he did that for one because they have been showing up for him. They're saying all the right things, and nobody's complaining so far. And that's
Yeah.
what you want to have. So if you getting that from the team, then the leaders of the team is the reason. It's not just you. I don't care what kind of coach you are. If the older guys, the veterans, don't buy into what you're talking about, the younger guys ain't gonna listen either. So you could tell that he's really working on that culture and he's winning guys over. Because it looks like DJ's loving where he's at, and he looked like he's excited for the season. Everything he had to say, he didn't have anything negative to say. He keep talked up about what Ben is doing in the huddles and what he's doing for the team. It looks like everybody's buying in.
Yeah, absolutely. But moving on, DJ Moore was the next one up to the podium, and they talked about it was kind of a big deal last week, the last couple of weeks that people were noticing that the Ben Johnson made a point to work on the guys' body language and
Hmm.
how they appearing on the sidelines, if they huffing and puffing, whatever the case.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore was one of those victims. Um, he no doubt was. Um, but he had some issues with it. But he made a point to say, "Look, I'm say it was one time. I got caught one time, and it's over. It's handled. It's done." You could tell that it was kind of something that had been bothering him. Maybe he'd been hearing the noise of other people talking about it, and he didn't like the narrative or whatever the case may be. But you could tell that that topic kind of agitated DJ Moore just a little bit. But he was like, "Yeah, it's over with. It's handled."
So I'm a daddy now. I'm teaching lessons, man. Stop.
So I thought that was interesting. But he
Yeah,
also said Ben Johnson is fun, but he is intense so far. It's a lot of hard work, but that's a good thing. Um, he says the offense is not too hard to learn as long as you're studying, but Ben's intensity it was needed in that locker room, and you just always got
yeah,
to be ready because he's gonna call you out.
yeah.
But Yeah, well, just that little bit about Ben Johnson from DJ Moore. What you think about that, D Snow?
Like I just said, man, guys are buying in. They're liking what they're seeing. They're liking what they're hearing. Because we know football players are the ones that are buck fast out of coach than any other player in any other league. If they're not
Yeah,
liking what they're hearing, they're not buying into what's going on. Oh, they'll start sitting down practices. They won't come to OTAs. It's always something. But it looks like the guys are liking it seems like these Bears want to win. They want to be great. So they're willing to buy in if this guy's saying, hey, I can take y'all to that promised land. Y'all seen what I can do. I can do it for y'all.
yeah.
And,
And
and
one
I
thing you
thought it was
keep
funny.
hearing is intensity. He's
Oh,
intense.
intensity. Oh, but we see what I say, bro. He Dan Campbell 2.0. I see it all over him. When he's talking, when he's walking, chewing bubble gum, he has this energy about him that you like. And I thought it was funny with DJ. They was like, so what did you learn about the body language thing? He said, just don't do it. Don't beat around the bush. Just don't do
DJ
it.
Moore gonna
If
keep
you
it 100. He go.
Hey, just don't do it. If you can handle that later. We can deal with that later. We can talk about it later. Don't do it on the field. Don't do it on TV. I love it. You can tell that he's not like okay telling them. Sometimes a parent will say something sideways and they want you to understand without giving you the full
That's that.
understanding. He's
That's
telling
that.
them.
Don't you embarrass me in public.
Don't you
That's
embarrass
what
me in
that is.
public.
Don't you
Don't you
embarrass me in
embarrass me in
public.
public. Don't you do it. So I love it, man. I love that he's trying to really bring the best out of these guys, and he's trying to have a cohesive unit that is one that's moving as one band, one sound.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, it's definitely dope. But then DJ Moore was asked about Caleb Williams heading into year two, and one of the things he sees is a lot of growth from Caleb. He's seeing that he's on his game every day. He's getting it from coach the most out of everybody because he's the quarterback and he wants to be perfect at it. But he says Caleb is showing his growth by taking control of the huddle and knowing the playbook and being a leader. As far as the younger receivers for DJ, he's noticing that the younger receivers are keeping him young. Not that he's old. First off, um,
He said, even though I'm only 26.
but he sees Rome as taking a big step so far this year. He's been noticing that. But just the year two improvements for Rome and Caleb mentioned by DJ Moore. What did you think about that, Snow?
Hey, I don't like the way DJ kept talking about his growth. The only person that should know anything about his growth is those three models he was with a few weeks ago. Pause. No, Caleb's growth. I'm
Nah.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't help myself.
I see what you did
No,
there.
man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But now, I love what we're seeing so far, man. Out of everybody saying the right things, doing the right things. One thing we know about sports, if you could do this off the field, it's gonna communicate to the other side. Once we get on the field, we're gonna see these things coming in the process. And I'm loving it, man. I love what I'm seeing. I'm loving the way everybody's talking each other up, coaching each other up. Looks like everybody wants to be here and everybody is on board for where we're going. Even though coach isn't solidifying positions or anything yet, everybody's happy. So hopefully
Yeah,
we can continue this going into the season.
no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Um, but moving on, he's mentioned that he doesn't have any goals yet. DJ Moore. He said he's still learning the offense and he doesn't quite know how he's going to be used. Um, that comment though, I'm gonna be honest with you, D Snow. I wasn't quite sure where he was trying to go with that. I get that he's saying, "Hey, I don't know my role just yet," but to say that no goals yet, I would think that goal number one is to learn this shit,
Yeah, but
iron out a role. You know,
But I think he probably thought they was meaning like, okay, are you gonna get 100 catches, 1,000 yards? Those type of
maybe,
goals are hard to claim because you don't know what type of offense we're running, who he's going to feature the most. You don't want to put your foot out there and then coach, all of a sudden you wide receiver too. So you want to let coach make that decision. So I do love the way he didn't put too much out there, let coach make that decision for us. But I mean, yeah, I like what you're saying though. The goal right now is to just buy into the new, offense, learning things and just being prepared. But I think he just was trying to protect himself in that question because they was peppering
yeah,
them boys with anything they could. The Chicago media.
and that very well might be the case. But I would have liked to have seen a more aggressive approach there. But that's not DJ Moore's attitude, also. Um, But I would have liked to have seen maybe, my goal is to learn this and iron out a spot, claim a spot, take a spot, something like that. But next up was DeAndre Swift, East Snow. Um, and one of the things he was asked was what he wanted to improve on from last year. And of course, obviously, a lot of stuff he said. It didn't end the way he wanted it to. But he's excited about this year and the opportunity and the culture change. Everyone is talking about the change in the culture. Um, the differences between being the head coach and being the offensive coordinator, since he was a former player with Detroit with Ben Johnson. But he noticed that he's more serious now and he's grown a lot. But he's very excited to play for him, and he's one of the smartest football minds that he's been around. Just that little, like, what are your thoughts on DeAndre Swift's reaction to Ben Johnson so far, Snow?
Hey, saying all the right things about a guy that put him in position to look good. You know, he played well. He looked really good under that man. So I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you're never going to say anything bad about a guy you did well with, and that's what we saw. I mean, that offense didn't do nothing but hum. Swift looked really good under them, and I'm hoping that we can get that same type
Well,
of
you
production
ain't
out
gonna
of our
say
running
nothing bad
backs.
about the guy that you trying to get on with currently. He's the
You know what I'm
greatest thing
saying?
ever.
I didn't think about that side, but you're right, totally right. Say the right things to get in the camp.
Facts. But yeah, I think that he's, like you said, he's saying all of the right things. Hey, gotta be smart. Um, but as far as the search for the Bears needing another running back, it was a loud search. We all know about it, and then the
Mhm.
the, the trade offers and all of that stuff. That's all we've been talking about on this channel.
That's
Um,
right.
but DeAndre Swift feels that he could do everything, and his job is to just continue to put in that work. Um, kind of, he seemed like the noise didn't phase him. I mean, I know these guys are professionals, and they should use it as motivation, all of them. But I like the attitude. Why? I could do everything, you know? Um, what were your thoughts about that, D Snow? Because I thought that was pretty cool, and I like to see that aggressive take from him.
He's trying to let everybody know that, hey, I can be the one to carry us and take care of this and that, and I love it. Hey, somebody got to put their name on it and try to claim it. Like you said with DJ, he knows he's going to get balls. He know that the offense is going to be that ball's going to go around a lot when it comes to the tight end, the wide receivers, but the running back, you want to get your feet cemented because we know they love to run that ball. That's one of the big things about his offense. So you want to be able to say that I can handle this load. I'm not afraid for what's coming and throw it at me. That's what you want to hear from your running back. Running backs are starting to get paid again. So go out there and earn that money. you know.
Facts, facts, facts. Like he said, his mindset wasn't gonna change with whoever came in. But he's also excited from Kyle Manungai. And also, as far as the skill players on this team, he's not worried about having so many of them. Um, they all just want to win. They don't care who shines from week to week. So that's kind of something that's a big topic too, with so many skill position players on this team. Who shines, and is somebody gonna feel some type of way about not shining? But they all focused on winning games. So I love to hear that, D Snow.
Yes, sir.
Um, and he says he's enjoying being under Coach Eric Bieniemy. He gravitates towards his coaching style, and he likes the fact that he's being held accountable. That's the type of coach you want to play for. He says he makes you want to turn your level up.
Yes, sir. We see
Yeah,
it every practice.
absolutely, absolutely. But then, the last but not least, out of the guys that stepped to the podium, D Snow was Cole Komet, the tight end. Um, and of course, elephant in the room, they asked him about Coast and Loveland. And Cole Komet is a stand-up guy. He is a professional person. He does this. He talked about Coast and has been great. He's doing everything he can to help share with the youngster what he's learned. Of course, Loveland hasn't been able to touch the field because he's recovering from injury. But Cole said he's been doing everything he can to help him out. Of course, at first he was taken back a little bit with the pick, and I thought it was real. to get that honesty from Cole Komet. He was like, you kind of taken back a little bit about it at first, but Ben was really good about calling him and explaining the decision and the vision. He's not here to replace him. They trying to build something. So, or just that little bit at first. What were your takes on that, D Snow? Him revealing that, being open with us.
Hey, I'm really seeing a Captain C being on Cole Komet's jersey when the season starts. That's really what I'm seeing from him. He says the right things. He's doing the right things, and just being honest and real, just like Coach. I mean, just be honest and be real. It's okay to say to show your feelings sometimes.
You're
It's not
human.
like you mad and sad. It's just at the moment that's how you felt. But Coach, Coach calmed and cooled that down. But I'm loving what we are seeing. Cole Kmet did not have as big of a voice on the team as he does now, and he should have had one. He should have, because he's the type of guy that you want to have out front. That's gonna make the younger guys say, "Okay, I want to be like him." We see a lot of guys in football that are negative outside the field. They got all this trouble, all this drama, and that's not what you're seeing from any of the guys that's on the team right now. We got a team full of good guys that are hungry and that want to go win. And Cole's at the front of that, and I'm loving what he's doing and what he's saying.
Facts, facts, facts. But he mentioned too that it's going to be areas that him and Colston are going to complement each other, but
Yes, sir.
as well, there's going to be areas that they're going to compete for, and that's a good thing. Um, he was excited for them to be able to push each other and become the best tandem in the league. He mentioned that. But like I said, being reassured him of where he stands in their eyes, and Cole felt real good about their conversation. He made a point to mention that this coaching staff is relentless on the details, which really stood out to him. Um, and they're just obsessed. My dog is Ted. He fucked up that pillow. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but man, he beat the shit out that pillow. but just the obsession with the details from the coaching staff. They won't let anything get past them, D Snow. I love to hear that. He said Ben is throwing a lot at them right now, but they really appreciate the challenge. So just what are your thoughts on how they all responding to this coaching? Everyone's theme seems to be intensity, but they're all just eating it up.
Yeah. I mean, what I've been saying the whole episode, they're buying in, man. Hey, coach is not. Hey, we all from afar saw what Ben Johnson could be. Hey, other teams wanted him as well. And now that we got the Golden Boy here, we're seeing exactly what everybody wanted. He's just that type of person you gravitate to. You want to hear him talk. He's smiling. He has some things he wants to say, some things on his mind. He got a game plan, and I'm loving it. I'm loving what we're seeing, and I'm hoping that this can be a marriage for at least the next 5 to 10 years. I'm hoping this is the beginning of something great, man. I'm hoping this isn't just what did Bush say back in the day? Shock and awe. I hope this isn't just shock and awe. I'm hoping this
Yeah,
is
we
the
got to
real thing,
sustain that.
man. And I'm hoping that we can sustain this and we can be a team that's to be reckoned with for the coming years, man. But it looks like the team is the players themselves. They're seeing firsthand why Ben Johnson was the guy that everybody wanted.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, D Snow, right now everything is looking good, man. It's looking
Yeah,
good.
man.
Hopefully we can get these rookies on the field. Colston Loveland, of course, but also Luther Burden. He's been having some
Yeah.
little knick-knack injuries and he hasn't really been on the field much either. So we definitely want to see those top two picks. But I like what I'm hearing from the Ozzy Trapillo. That's a
Yeah.
a pleasant surprise, D Snow. Um, And also, just real quick, something to mention. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all saw, but apparently those Rams, they tried to make a play for Coast and Loveland. They tried to move up to number 8 to jump the Bears. So that apparently was one of those calls that was being made that stopped when the Bears picked Loveland. So for anybody that was wondering why we picked him so high, just note teams was trying to get in front of us to get him.
Hopefully it
But
pans out.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But D Snow, before we get on up out of here, you got some final thoughts for the people?
Yes, sir, man. Happy birthday to the young bull, Ram Adunize. We love you,
Yes, sir.
kid.
Happy
Hopefully
birthday,
you are.
Ron.
Hey, you see your boy practice your name, so I didn't butcher it, so we can make. But happy birthday to Rome. Hey man, hopefully this is the beginning of something great, man. We got a couple more months before we get to see some guys on the field against other teams, but I'm excited in the direction we're going, man. Go Bears.
No doubt. I dig it. I dig it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as always, man, we certainly appreciate y'all from stopping by. And please, please, please help out this channel with that algorithm. Get down there and drop a like, share this thing, and subscribe, man. Subscribe because
Yes,
why
please do.
not? You know what I'm saying? We get busy over here. We have a good time, and hopefully you have a good time.
Hey,
But
and we having that growth like Caleb right now. So join, jump on the bandwagon.
yeah, no, for real. That growth and development they love to keep
You
saying.
heard?
You started something. I think you started
You
something.
heard?
But ladies and gentlemen, from us here at CHI Go Bears, as always, bear down Chicago, and we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we'll holler.
Go Cubs, go. Stay dangerous, Shot Town. We love y'all.
Yes,
Peace
sir.
out.
Peace.